Residential fire sprinklers are not new. They've been available to protect your home for many years. But now, more than ever, they could be the difference between saving your home or family from the total destruction of your home or loss of life. Years ago, in what we call legacy homes, those homes built between 1900 and 1949, a fire in your home would smolder longer due to the natural fibers used in furnishings, and fires were not as destructive due to the use of true dimensional lumber. Homes of today are constructed with what we call lightweight construction, non-dimensional lumber, prefabricated roofs held together with gusseted plates and lightweight floor assemblies. Your furnishings have also changed from those natural fibers like cotton and wool and true wood members versus pressed, manufactured structural members. It used to be that an average person would have nearly 10 to 20 minutes to evacuate if they noticed a fire in their home. Additionally, the smoke that was created was not nearly as toxic as it is today. Today, with all the petroleum-based fabrics, foams, cushioning, and prefabbed wood structures, your furniture burns much faster and much more deadly. Today, you may have only 1 to 2 minutes after a fire begins to safely get out of your home. National Standards for Fire Department Response gives your fire department a goal of reaching your home within 5 minutes of receiving the call from one of our dispatchers. In the 10 to 20 minutes that you used to have to escape, your home now could be totally consumed by fire. Working smoke detectors and residential fire sprinklers can give extra time to escape and keep your home from becoming a total loss. In this demonstration, we have 2 bedrooms set up nearly identically. One of the rooms contains a fire sprinkler head and the other does not. Watch how quickly the fire in the non-sprinklered side grows. Notice how quickly the smoke detector alerts.
So the smoke detector already went off.
3 seconds.
Now as this fire is going, you see the color? It's already pretty dark. So there's synthetics, there's petroleum in that bedding. Watching this fire develop, it might not look like anything, but what it's doing is it's creating heat. That heat gets transferred over to other objects. Those objects heat up and then they start off-gassing, and you'll start seeing that off-gas come off, and then that's what ignites. The fire is going to start heating that bookcase next to it, and it's heating everything around it, and then of course on the ceiling. It's going to start making its way back. There's that kind of curtain in the back. And then as it's getting fed by the oxygen, it's taking oxygen from down low, and it's just building and building. But flashover is when all that dark, heavy, chunky, oily smoke actually ignites, and then you just get this ball of flame that comes out.
So the only thing really different in this start is we just used a little bit more fire, right? So we had to keep the heat on that blanket longer, but that really was 5 seconds with that torch and we had a fire. And all we lit was the comforter, just a comforter we got at a thrift store yesterday. So you're starting to feel that heat.
So in this day and age, in the houses we have, your TVs are all petroleum, your couches, your floor, everything is petroleum based. I mean, you have to get out quick. And then with us, we have to get in, cool it, hit the seat of fire quick, and if we don't, we get pushed out. Our gear keeps us safe almost to our detriment because we can actually get in farther, and when we get in farther, then we get in trouble. So you see all the black smoke, how it just lit up? If we're going down a hallway and that black smoke's coming over us, we have to cool that down because that's basically just hot fuel coming down the hall, and it will ignite, and then it's called rollover, or you get a flash over the whole room. The flashover is everything on the ground, everything that's been heated, chairs across the room will just ignite. Backdraft would be all the oxygen is used in that room, but you got all that superheated gases in there. They're just waiting for something. You still have a little bit of fire smoldering, and then somebody breaks a window. That oxygen comes in, the whole room ignites, and then the force blows out windows, doors, everything else. If you look at the studies, and NIST put out doors that are closed, so you have a fire in the hallway, hallway's burnt, bedroom door was open, that bedroom is burnt. The bedroom that had the door closed, you can survive in.
Now we're going to set the same fire in the other room.
Our investigators have them. Guys in the ambulance have them come down and brace them. Guys in the ambulance have them come down and brace them.
Damn.
91 inside the burn one, but you can see where the fire is. Right there. There you go. So what do you say the sprinkler was at? 155? And remember, if this is a box without that big open area in the front, that heat is all collecting in that ceiling. So now as the fire gets going, it's going to get a little hotter up in there. But in a box, like in your bedroom or in a room in your house, all that goes to the ceiling and then starts coming back down. And then if you had a window open, it would go out that window, and fresh air would be coming in to feed it. If you have a door open, it's going to pull air from the hallway in, and it's going to build that fire up bigger.
Oh, it's in there.
155 of the ceiling sprinkler just went out. Now it's controlling that fire. The smoke detectors go off when your husband cooks.
Until we shut off the water. Yeah. It's going, yep. Yep. Same thing in your house. So if you had residential sprinklers in your house and the heads were going off, we'd just go out to your main and we'd shut down the main and then the water would stop.
Would it go off in the whole house or just in the one room?
Nope. So the really big misconception that Hollywood does us no favors in perpetrating is that when one head goes off, every single one goes off, right? So they're strictly based on temperature. So only the heads that will reach that critical temperature are gonna pop. So that's it. Like maybe if you had a big fire going and you could warm up two heads fairly equally, you might get a couple to go off. But for the most part, it's typically 1 to 2 heads that will ever fire. So now, remember, I think Bill talked to you about our response times and stuff, right? So we shoot for, being anywhere in 5 minutes. So we saw what 5 minutes is gonna do completely unchecked. Whereas in a minute and a half here, we had the sprinklers go off, and that's the extent of the damage.
Notice how little damage is done with the room with the fire sprinkler. A restoration company would be able to come in and dry out that room, and the time of displacement for the family will be very limited, versus the time it would take to rebuild the home that had a fire without fire sprinklers. For more information, please visit homefiresprinkler.org.